Here I go with all these clips. What am I, a gun or something? So I've been on Duolingo for a week now. I think I just hit my 7-day streak. Mind you, I've been studying languages since I was younger. In school, I always took a language. But I've been doing Spanish, which happens to be a Latin-based language. And, you know, Latin, people confuse Latin with Spanish. And it's kind of funny because, like, Spaniards are different from, like, Mexicans and their values and stuff. But that's, like, a whole different thing. Like, Spain is over in Europe. And South America has a lot of Latin-based languages, but I don't think they're all language. Like, it's I don't want to misinform you guys about anything, but English is Latin-based, and so is Spanish. I don't know about Portuguese, and that's why the world is just, like, super confusing, because, like, Brazil is, like, one of the biggest countries in Latin America, but they speak Portuguese, and, like, you would think they're Spanish, but they speak Portuguese. I say that to say, the more I learn about this language, it's like I see, I don't want to say synchronicities, but, like, I observe things, and I just think way too much. Well, I don't think too much. I think a lot, but I don't think there's a limit on how much you should think. Thinking is a good thing. Could be a bad thing, but I don't even know how to jump straight to it, or I don't know how to go to it, so I'm going to jump straight to it. The word death. I was I was watching this video, and the guy was talking about death. The video was on cremation versus burial, and, like, I always had my certain, like, idea of, like, what I would want to happen to me, but that's not even what I'm talking about. It's because I've been studying Spanish, and, like, it's so crazy because, like, what I do now is I read into things, like, all the way. Like, I break down every word I could. Not every word I could. What number is this? Wow. It's just a lot of things make sense, you know? And that's why also, you see how I just jump and stuff? Keep up with me if you can. I no longer think that money shouldn't exist. I think that still using resources to place that money is kind of not a good thing, because there is more value than in this world than can't even be counted. Maybe I'll insert my screen record of this document I kind of typed up a little bit, because I do be having all these thoughts, and I think a lot of things, and I know for a fact I do not record even more of them, like this alone, like writing them down. But yeah, like, if that's why we don't use gold anymore. Back in the day, people, well, not even back in the day, like millennia ago, people would take gold and be like, oh, this is this amount of money, and exchange it, or whatever they did. But anyway, that it had to be there, and the same problem happens today, even though we print money, which is, like, easier than going and find the energy it took to mine that gold, find that gold, reform that gold into whatever you needed it to be. Now they just got machines that print the money, which is, like, a lot faster, but it's still taking up resources, the trees and stuff. And the problem within both of those is they could be stolen, because they're physical. They could be taken. People could be manipulated out of them. They're like, it's like a game of chess. You're saying that this queen on this board is a queen, but the queen can move like a pawn. Somebody could not know the queen's full potential and just be moving it one piece at a time and move it every which way that a pawn can move. Though it's clearly a queen, it has more points if you know the like all the things of chess and stuff. And it's just a representative. But even today in societies and stuff, we often see that representatives representing large quantities, it's always going to be an average. And this is a good drawing. Okay, this that ties into what I'm about to say. So it's an average. It's just an average. When you vote, you take the average, which one's bigger. All out of all these people who voted, this was the majority. Some people disagree, but this is the majority, so we're going to use this because it's a democracy. A demo. Anyway, it's not to say it's not truth. I never took stats. I always took calculus and like more fact-based stuff. I don't know too much about stats. I know patterns and stuff, but I think I should take a stats class because I never really understood that. Like, if I wanted a motherfucking orange popsicle, please don't give me a red and a yellow popsicle and tell me that's orange. When I eat it, it would be orange if I wanted an orange popsicle, okay? You get what I'm saying? It is, but it ain't. Like, that's an average, but it's still not, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I, don't give me a red and yellow popsicle assuming I want an orange tongue when I say an orange popsicle. The analogies work for me. But anyway, rates, averages, they're all math problems, like forms of division in a way. And what caught my eye, bringing me back to the beginning, or caught my ear, my overhead house. He said that death is not a scary thing, and it's not really a thing at all. Like, I paraphrased the beginning part. The actual phrase that caught my attention, he said it's a process that happens over time, and that brought me to science, because science has rates and stuff, or it made me think of physics, because over time is like one of the like things that, like, when you're finding rates and stuff, something happens over time. Like, so him saying death happens over time, if you think about it, like when you die, most people aren't instantly dead. And even if you're instantly dead, it's still like a rate of change. You are alive and then you are not alive. And like, if you know anything about physics, you know there's instantaneous acceleration, whether that be like slowing down. If you think about it with death, like your heartbeat and then it stops, it's still a change over time. I can't believe I'm smart. Actually, I could, but it's like, wow, like thinking is really like a thing. Like, somebody could tell you something, but like you can think through anything. Like, that's our gift, is to be able to think and to like process. It's something that happens over time. I think every process happens over time because like it's changing. So every transformation, and that's what he said. He said death is a transformation. I kind of like paused this video to get this like eureka moment out. But yeah, death happens over time. So I literally just sat here and thought of it like as a math equation, and or like a fraction, whatever you want to call it. And if you put death over time, it's like death divided by time over t. So it's math, Spanish. It's funny because I really did get better grades in math and Spanish than English, but whatever, that's whatever. Death, if you break it down, I was just like in my head, DEATH. So DE is of, A is like, and that means two in Spanish, and then TH, and that was what really got me. Like, I could have used like acronyms and stuff, and I was going to go that way, but like that's too much to think of something like big, like life. Like, what could that really stand for? Because like everything that we have is like inside of life. So I was thinking like it's at the end, the like first, second, third, fourth. Like, it's at the end, it's the note in something. And the first word I thought of was like empath, and I'm like, okay, so empathy is like the thing of I think imp means like feelings or something. And then I was like, empath, that's the person. And I was like, okay, that's doing a little bit too much. But that's where I arrived. And I'm like, so oh, I heard something. I'm like, what the hell? These are my contacts. This is a process that's happening over time. When I put it in, this was filled not to the top, but I heard something, and that's the thing. I be thinking I'm crazy. But I know there's always a reason why I'm thinking what I'm thinking. And I heard something. I knew I heard something, but I couldn't figure out. I was like, I ain't going to just whatever. You can hear this, like, even though it's something minute, it's still there. It still counts. That's why I like rates of change, averages and stuff. It's like those have actual numbers. Like, you can round up, you can round down, but like something like choosing something that everybody doesn't agree on is kind of like you still, some things are new, not, well, some things are nuanced, kind of, like, you know, but you can really go into, like, I feel like if the president really needed to be the president, like, it would probably be best if everybody agreed. And you know what would really make that president a great president? If they went to everybody who disagreed and found out why they disagree. Even if that person's disagreeable, there's probably something that happened in their life that made them a disagreeable person. And I feel like that's also what, I probably should just put this up as a rant. I've been working a lot, not recording, so, what was I gonna say? Yeah, like, even a disagreeable person, there is probably, like, a moment in time where they decided, or gradually, you know, became a process of them becoming disagreeable, where that ratio of agreeing to disagreeing went more so towards, let's just act like it's being disagreeable is negative, but it went negatively, and like it got smaller and smaller. Or I guess no, it would still be positive, because like no disagreeable person has disagreed with everything in life. You know why? Because all you gotta do is not give them food, and that's they're hungry, and eventually it'll be, yeah, or maybe they'll die and say no. But like as a kid, I don't think kids are really disagreeable, so that would just be like pointless. Yeah, but if that president went to everybody and they really were like a great president, I guess, they would want it to be undeniably the best candidate. They could really just talk to everybody and get everybody's vote. And then, like, why wouldn't they deserve to be president at that point? You get what I'm saying? Like, facts is facts. But death of at being is basically what I say. Like, if you are a being with empathy, you are an empath. If you are fourth in line, you are the personification of 4 in a string of numbers. You get what I'm saying? So TH is just being, just being. So to being, and it's not really, I think being in this case can be closer to synonymous. Like, when we think of beings, a lot of people think of human beings, but like you could be a spiritual being, and that's probably what happens after death. And I think that the TH just basically takes off the front part of like labeling what it is. Like, if you're a spiritual being, a human being, maybe like a maybe some things are chemical beings. Maybe, like, you know how they call liquor spirits, because it's like a thing. It's a transformer. It's like a, what do you call it? I should probably start going live. Once I get enough followers to build like a following, I would love to engage with you guys like live. Like, I think I do less stuttering uhs and like weird pauses when I get people to like feed in and comment and stuff. And then, you know, you get the trolls and stuff too. I make my best jokes with the trolls, I think. No, that's not true, but I get some good ones off with that. But the like pauses and stuff when I'm engaging, it makes me think more, and like we find like better analogies. But yeah. Still really annoyed by the trash can. I know it wasn't on when we started, so we know it's been here for a while. If you can hear it, then you can hear it. But I'm a little more, my hair's done, so, you know, I can handle this now, because my hair is done. So, of, which kind of means, like, trans, in a way, like, you're traveling, transportation, like maybe it's TRA and not even really like trans, because you can do travel, but like is going, it's to, you know what I'm saying? It's is kind of like a process also. See what America did there with that two and two, but it's kind of the same thing, because you can go to a place, or like two always means more than one, right? But like too many thoughts, like a lot of thoughts. When you start counting those thoughts, going to a place, you are in one area and then you go to another. It's kind of the DE is what's happening in between that transformation process. What's the last one? Two. Obviously, and I like that it got the W in the middle, because that's the winning. That's the simplest part of it. Like two, more than one. One, two, dos. But they are being. So of transforming, of being, like, and it's over time, like, and you can see who you are. Like what? So I guess I didn't answer the question. I just broke down what the problem meant. So death is transforming, and it's over time. So like, death over time is what you are, because Lil Wayne said it the best, in my opinion. From slap and cry, you start to die. What other philosopher you know is really quoting Wayne? But from slap and cry, you start to die. When you come out to your mother, or maybe the test tube. Do they smack test tube babies? Why are they smacking you? Life really fucks you up. But, or maybe it fucks you down and all around. Who knows? But, and that's what them lines. So, see, I go off on tangents, which is also a math thing. Life is wild. And I don't even be smoking. I ain't smoked all of August, most of July. I've been super sober. So I know it's me. And I remember I've been this way. So I wonder what happened if I smoke, like, what that process does. But I think that death over time is just like the rate of who you are. Like, how did you change? From slap and cry, you start to die. So like, your whole entire life. Oh, so is it life? I think it's life. I think life equals death over time. Yes. Because if you were just born and then you died, you'd still have like a 0.0, like, infinite Googleplex amount of zeros to the Googleplex power 1 could be the time, but you still transform, because you were alive and then you were not alive. So if you were never alive, then you didn't live, because there was no time. But most people live at least like a few seconds, even when you're in your mom's stomach, which is crazy. So maybe life predates Wayne's thing, or but like you're alive. So when you're in your mom's stomach, or the test tube babies, you know, I don't know if they really exist, but when they're like, when you're growing, you're conceived and then you grow. So if it was like a calculus equation graph, or like if it was any rate graph, I guess, like conception would start at 0, you don't exist, and then you start existing and you like grow, you get a heart and stuff, and then you probably go up. But like nobody knows where you actually even go up, because as you go down, that would be over time. Like the x-axis will have to be time, I would assume. And like everybody lives a different amount of time. So it's just like, it's a big circle I kind of just talked into. But my hair is grown out a lot. I don't know. I might upload this before I upload the video of me doing my hair, because I need to upload something. So I'll upload that. Can't do my nails anymore at work. Well, can't have the long acrylics. I'm gonna ask them how long I could have them, because I feel like that's why. But yeah, I just be thinking, literally just thinking of work. And now today I'm cleaning. I woke up with a killer headache. Yesterday I slept basically like all day as soon as I got off work, and my head was hurting. It still kind of hurts, like it does hurt, but it doesn't hurt as bad as it was. And I don't even know why it was hurting. I didn't do anything. Maybe because I didn't really eat, but I did eat something. I left my lunch at work and didn't eat it, but I know I ate cereal or probably some tater tots, so I don't know what's happening. But yeah, that was just me grabbing this idea while I still had it and articulating it. Thanks for sitting here with me and talking about it. I don't know, leave comments, like engage. Tell me, like, maybe I need to be hyped up. Like, I'm always telling people don't hype me up. I always used to be like, I don't know, I'm a humble goddess, please. Well, I wasn't even saying goddess. Don't hype me. That's not me, but it is me. And maybe that was like the negative plus or minus BA. If you know, then you know. Of my life is me negating myself, actually, when I do need hype. I need hype more than I accept it, more than I've expressed it, because I've hardly ever expressed it. But I need more to negate when I was being too humble and telling people, don't hype me up. I'm not going to say I need it, because obviously I'm still here, but my presence on earth might affect your presence on earth. Because did I say anything that hurt your feelings here? Did I make you feel smarter? Did I teach you? Did you want to be taught? Did you get teach? Did you get taught? I don't know. Smile. It'll give you some endorphins.